Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is a space heater review, because I'm kind of goofy like that, and I did a video on the last one, so this one's another one that I got, because it gets really cold down here. I mean, now it's warmed up, but usually it's like, let's see if I can, so that's about what to expect down here, 60 degrees, it's a little chilly, so Lasso makes a bazillion different space heaters, so does everyone else. So it's kind of moot to give the fucking model number or whatever the fuck model it's called. I can tell you one thing: it don't have a tip switch on it. I'm pretty sure a lot of these are similar but different from one another. They're all over 1500 watts. I'm sure all these designs have their flaws, and some have their pros and cons, and some are just different in different areas. But it seems like all the old heaters are still on the market, and this thing's probably a newer one, just judging by the more modern design. But it really doesn't mean shit. But if you bought this heater, this will be a little review on it, or if you're looking at it. So as far as I don't know where to start. I guess we could start with the build quality. I guess the build quality is quite nice. It's definitely got a weight at the bottom, which allows it to not tip over easily. There's no way this thing actually weighs as much. There's probably some kind of a weight at the bottom of the heater that keeps this thing heavy enough so you don't knock it over. It's not easily able to be knocked over. But the one thing this thing's missing is a tip switch. Really weird. I thought that was standard, but I guess on a rotating base, because this thing's an oscillating space heater, I guess it doesn't need to have one, I guess. So yeah, you can see right here, 1500 watts max. It's a good looking motor in there. I don't know which, I can't tell. It just looks like your typical, I forgot what those motors are called. And here's the display, quote unquote. It's just a bunch of LED lights. They flicker. They actually do flicker, but they get really, really bright, which is kind of nice. Easy to see it. So yeah, and the buttons are pretty intuitive. This thing's very easy to use. So basically, the red light illuminates when you plug it in, and when you power it on, this thing's automatically going to default to high settings. So it's going to kick on the fan, and the relay will kick the heating elements, and they'll start engaging. This button over here changes the heat setting, not the temperature setting, the heat setting. So to give it, this thing has 2-stage heat. So you click it down to first stage, the one element or whatever, the half the wattage will come through here, and then when you switch it to high, it'll send the full blown 1500 watts. So it's the relay right there. Overall, it sounds good. It sounds like it's got a decent relay in it. It doesn't sound cheesy at all, really, but it better not be if it's drawing 1500 watts. This is how you select the temperature. I find it to be kind of so-so, a little bit cold, but even then, I don't really understand why you'd need to select the temperature, because this thing gives you 5 degrees of variability in the set point. So it makes it impossible to actually use the thermostat unless you were to just kind of leave this thing to heat a room unattended or something. Other than that, I can't really think of like between 65 and 70, it's pretty huge, and between 70 and 75, that's huge. I'd probably 68, 70, or 72 would be my ideal comfort for a set point, but instead it's like this weird layout. And just goes up as you press the switch. So right now it's satisfied 65. But if I bump it up to 70, this thing's gonna call for heat. There's the relay. 1500 watts of heat. And this thing always defaults to 1500 watts of heat. So if you want it on low, let's say if you have a lot of stuff on a circuit like this, I got my computer set up and everything, I want to make it low, you're gonna have to put it there. No, wrong button. What the fuck? But when you put it on low, it's gonna automatically put it on max. So that's weird. There's definitely a reason why they did that. They probably were having problems with maintaining the temperature or something on low. I don't know. It's just so stupid designs. Is it a deal breaker? Not really. It's just a stupid fucking thing, LED, whatever, board in there. Oh yeah, and this is your recirculate button. It's kind of poor. It just kind of goes a little bit, but any recirculate is better than no recirculate. So I'll take it. Now, one of the positives about this here, for sure, and huge, I mean huge, is the airflow. If you hear that, the airflow is amazing coming through here. It feels like, I mean, it's not like, but you know what? It's not like nothing either. It feels like you got a pretty good stream of air coming through here, at least good enough that it can cool the element down. And properly heat the space versus some other space heaters that have crappy fans in them. This one's got an actual fucking scroll cage in it, so it works a little bit better than you might think. It's also really quiet too. Definitely the motor and the fan are definitely one of the nicer components in this heater for sure. That heating element's also really wide too, so it does a pretty good job at dispersing all this heat. 1500 watts or 750 watts, but it does a good job at dispersing it versus tighter packed space heaters. I mean, like, it's like ceramic elements come in all different shapes and sizes, but this thing seems to do a pretty good job at getting the heat out. So next, the cord, 16 amp rated. I'm sure it'll probably be fine. And these are new outlets that I got installed here. And so far I haven't had any problems with the cord getting super hot or anything like that. It's been fine. Yeah. Sometimes this cord feels a little bit warm to the touch, but as far as like the appliance itself, nothing really strikes me as a fire hazard. It's probably more like the electrical. If the circuit's not rated enough, we can see no tip switch or nothing. But I got a nice handle to carry it by. That's a nice thing this is on, I guess. But the one interesting thing I find is that when you shut it off, there's no delay. Just like that. Which I feel like there should be. I should remove whatever remaining heat's in there. I wonder if that causes problems with heat building up here to the circuit board. I mean, I know the ceramic element's probably heat shielded from the components in here, but still, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get the rest of it out there. Yeah, that's about it. This thing actually heats, and by all means, this is not a small space. It's relatively big, I would say, and it's very poorly insulated. It's a basement. No insulation, not finished. Single pane windows. This one over here is very drafty. They're all very drafty. So that explains it. Right now the temperature outside is 6 degrees. And the temperature in here is 66. I ain't complaining one bit. That's dropping down so damn fast. So it was 67 just a minute ago. I could feel it, kept rushing in. So that means that this thing's kicking ass. Not bad. Yeah, so I think maybe in a future video I'll do something on the computer setup. Since that's due, I'm gonna do some upgrades to it though, probably first. This thing's been due. Yeah. Also, this will be the first video filmed on my new phone, so the video quality should be actually quite amazing from what it has been in the past. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.